What's going on, everybody? It's GAMEUNBOXINGREVIEWS here, and welcome back to another LEGO DC Supervillains video. So in today's video, I'm of course going to be showing you guys how to make the Red Ranger from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers TV series using the in-game customizer. So without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so to start off with, we're of course going to head into Appearance, Head, Head, and then Head again, and you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom until you find this headpiece right here. And of course, we're going to make it red. Then once you've done that, you're going to back out of there, go into face decal color, and you want to make this the lightest grey you can find, because this is going to act as the faceplate on the Power Rangers helmet. For the eyeshadow, we don't want this to be visible, so just make it the same color as the head, which is red. And then for the wrinkle decal color, I went ahead and made it dark grey, because I really like the little bits of detail in the faceplate there. I think it looks really cool. And finally, for the headpiece, we of course need to go into accessories and find ourselves Music Meister's mask. Now here's the thing, we're going to be choosing Music Meister's mask, and we're going to make it black. But if you want to, you could also go with Plastic Man's. It's just personally, I think those look far too much like sunglasses, unlike Music Meister's when we make them black, because you can see here, it actually looks more like a visor, which is exactly what we're going for. And I mean, yes, you can kind of see the musical note in the shadows and everything, but it's the best we can do, and I still think this turns out really good and definitely looks like a Power Ranger, so I'm happy with it. Now then, onto the body. So we're going to go with a preset body, and we're going to scroll all the way to the top until we find Dr. Light's body. Now, personally, I think this is the best body to use to make a Mighty Morphin Power Ranger, because you can see it's got the white belt and the white circle in the middle. Now, I understand that the actual suits from the show don't have this. They have this really cool triangular shape at the top of the body, but unfortunately, there is just nothing like that in this customizer. So I think the white shape in the middle really makes up for that. However, if you don't like this method, what you could also do is go into body, custom body, get yourself body 4 for example, make it red, and then make the second detail white, and that kind of makes up for the lack of the triangular shapes on the top of the body. But personally, I just think that this one right here looks so much better, especially when you make it red. I mean, that looks really cool, so I'm happy with that piece. Now then, onto the arms. So for the arms, we're going to go with Adam Strange's, and you'll see here for the first color, we want it to be white, which is the bottom half of the arms, and the second color is obviously the top, and we want that to be red. And these arms are great because you can see the top of the arms is red, the bottom is white, and then it's got this red detail on the white parts of the arms, just like the actual show. So they really add a little bit more detail to the character model, which is great. For the hands, we're of course going to match it so we can have white gloves. There we are, nice, looking awesome. For the hips, we're just going to go ahead and make them red because we've already got a belt on the body. And then for the legs, you're going to go with boots. We're going to make the first color red, and the second color, you want to make it white. Nice. Now that is the appearance done. Now, of course, we can move on into the effects. So in the actual show, when the Power Rangers are attacking their enemies, you see sparks and everything flying off them, which is really cool. And I really want to showcase that in Jason's attack effects. So what we want to do is, we don't want a left-hand glow or a right-hand glow. For the hit impact effects, I think style 1 will do nicely, and we'll make it, how about this color? Yes, that looks exactly like the sparks that fly off the enemies. So we'll go with that. And then for the jump slam effect, I think we'll go with style 2, and we'll make it black. Let's try that. We'll wait till the actual effects disappeared for a second. Okay, try that now. Yeah, see, I like that because it leaves a normal crack in the ground, but there's also this really cool effect that shows, you know, he's maybe a bit stronger than some other characters. So I quite like that. Nice. Alright, cool. So we've done the appearance and the effects. Now, of course, we can move on into the abilities. So I don't think we need anything on triangle, but for the X button, we'll go to double tap X, we'll add a double jump, and we'll go with jump style 4. Yes, that looks awesome, because obviously they're always doing flips and everything in the show, so that makes a lot of sense. We won't add a hyper jump, and we also won't add anything on tap square. But for hold square, we'll go into lunge attack, and I think we'll go lunge style 3, which is one that I use a lot, but I think it fits the Power Rangers really well. You can see them there rushing towards an enemy to attack them, which just looks awesome. Now then, finally for the abilities, I think we should go into tap circle and give him the teleport ability, because that's a nice reference to the fact that when the Power Rangers are sent on missions, they get teleported, and there's this really cool red sparkling effect that happens. So I think what we should do is we'll go with teleport style 1, because you can see there's a spark there, and we'll just make it completely red. That looks pretty cool to me. You don't have to add that if you don't want to, but I just think it's a cool bit of fanfare, you know, to those that actually watched the show back in the day. But that looks awesome to me. Alright, so we've done the abilities. Now, of course, we can move on into the skills. So I don't recall Jason ever using a grapple hook in the TV series, and I looked it up to be sure, and I found literally no reference to him ever using one. So unless I'm wrong, I wouldn't recommend giving him this ability. We also won't add technology or mind control, but we'll give him the acrobat ability, wall climbing, no telekinesis, super strength, and smash walls. And I think that pretty much sums up Jason. Very well, nice. Now of course we can move on into the personality. So obviously we're making the Red Ranger, which of course means that we need a red health icon. For the health type, now I understand that the Power Rangers are much stronger when they wear their suits, but they're still very much vulnerable, so I don't think it makes a lot of sense to give them invulnerability. So I'm going to stick with standard health. For the voice type, just choose any male voice, and then for the speed, go with normal, and for the target reticle, now this is really cool, because I don't know about you guys, but I think Livewire's target fits the Power Rangers absolutely perfectly, so I'd highly recommend that you choose this for your custom Red Ranger. And finally, for the animation, I'm going to go with Martial Artist. I'm not actually going to give Jason any weapons, but I'll explain the reason to do with that in the actual free roam section of the video, which of course we'll get to in a little bit. Alright, so we've done the personality, the appearance, and the abilities. Now, of course, we can move on into basic information. So, for the status, we'll, of course, go with Hero. For the affiliation, we'll go with Unknown. And now, of course, we can finally name him. So, I'm just going to call him the Red Ranger. Nice. Alright, cool. So now, of course, what we're going to do is drop the Red Ranger into the hub world and see just what he can do. So, of course, he can attack enemies like this, which creates a really cool spark effect, which I absolutely love because it fits the Power Rangers perfectly. He can also do this ground pound, which leaves a black crack in the ground, which is very cool, and takes out all enemies and vehicles in the vicinity. There we are. You can also grab enemies like this, and you can take them out in a few ways here. You can do this jump attack, like that. You can pick them up and press square to throw them, or you can press circle and throw them into the air and attack them like that, which is awesome. We've also got a teleport ability, which you don't have to add if you don't want to, but I just think it's a nice reference to the fact that the Power Rangers do teleport in the actual TV series. And finally, we have the lunge attack, which has this really cool Livewire target icon, which just fits the Power Rangers perfectly. Look at that! Taking out every single enemy with ease. Very, very cool. Now then, I did promise that I was going to explain the reason as to why I didn't give Jason any weapons, and I'll do that while we go for a drive. So I think we'll go with, how about Jason Todd's bike? Yeah, that works nicely. So basically, if I make more Power Rangers, like I said, I will probably give them the weapons, because I have played around with the idea of making, you know, the Pink Ranger and the Blue Ranger and stuff like that, and there are a lot of weapons in the Customiser that fit those characters. However, the same, unfortunately, can't be said for Jason. I just didn't think that any of the weapons in the Customiser looked anything like his Power Sword or Blade Blaster. So instead, I decided to stick with martial arts, which I still think makes a lot of sense for this character because he is very good at it in the TV series. And of course, you see the Power Rangers always fighting using martial arts before they get out their weapons or anything. So I still think this is really cool. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Stay tuned for lots more videos real soon, and as always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe.